everybody in the venue, everybody at home. This one should be a treat as we get a look at this Priya versus Priya.
Okay, and there we go. Wess is going to get the first pair of chakrams here. Ventranquilo also gets a first pair of chakrams as well. Kind of lucky for both of them, right? Because they could have gotten sword, and we could have had sword chakram to start, or even sword to start. But looks like they knew, the game knew what they wanted and just gave it to them.
All right. Slow starting here, everything just staying even. Vim's taking a little bit of that advantage state in the air so far. But Wess, nice air off the split. Oh, but Vim working those aerials again. Wait a second. Oh.
Okay, nice read. Didn't work out, but I respect it. And the recovery still going to catch on the way down here. Wess gets disarmed, has to do it with sword. Throws it away. Could have gone for a D-light there. Probably as like a guaranteed punish. So, no, I don't want it. Or maybe thought that the weapon throw was going to hit and he was going to pick it up immediately. Either way, it's going to be Ventranquilo getting the first stock. And honestly, pretty healthily as well. But I think this weapon, especially into itself, you know, we talk about it's a bit of a snowbally weapon. If Wess is able to pick it up and then get a couple strings, it'll be right back, and he might even be able to lap Ventranquilo. I'm not worried about being behind with this weapon into itself.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Vim just seems like he's doing better in the air. But, you know, Wess sometimes takes, you know, a little bit of a game to kind of warm up here. And there we go. The signature is going to go ahead and connect. Ventranquilo being taken onto his second stock. We're all tied up here in game number 1. All
right, let's see. Recovery is not going to connect here. Wess going for these down airs, right? And really, if you're playing Chakram, oh, nice wake-up D-light from them there to go ahead and get Wess off of them, right? We might be seeing more of that later on in the set as well as kind of a nice reversal option. Because really, as a Chakram player, you want to be the one below, you know? You want to be the one below, and then you can have things like this where you get caught by the other Chakram player with a down air, and now we're swapping, right? We're doing this flip-flop, like the opposite sides of a domino, in terms of like who's going to be the one to try to carry the other one off the top. Oh, what a read from Wess! Hits him with a Cristiano Ronaldo bicycle kick all the way off the screen.
And a little smirk on the side of his face when he hit it.
That was good. Okay.
Vim fighting right back though. We're seeing, oh, that could have been bad. Wess not opting not to jump down there to pressure it. Okay, wait a second. Wess absolutely chopping through the air here on these chakrams right now. Vim going to try and back it up, get some chakrams of his own, try to swap things back up.
And this is what I meant, right? Like, Wess was behind by a decent amount, but it's such a flow-based weapon that exactly what I said could have happened is exactly what we're seeing happen in front of us. And Ventranquilo also has the ability to turn things around, but I think Wess has to download here, tries to go for the down air into the side air, but Ventranquilo gets the dodge in time. And now, I mean, at this point, you can start throwing out down sigs if you're Wess. Instead, they're going to trade side sigs, and it's going to be Vem who gets the better end of that, and only in like the medium orange to red, right? So like you have a little bit of wiggle room here. Priya's not going to KO you particularly early unless you're near the top already, and so this means for Wess, and he's playing the sword now. He said, you know, I want to keep this easy. I don't know if that's the answer. We'll find out if he can get back to the ground, which
can't throw an attack. You know, we've had one there in 20 seconds.
So can I do something? You know, he wants a D-light recovery, and he's like, dang, maybe I should have stayed on the chakrams, bro. When are you going to get the D-light? When is he going to be on the ground for you to D-light him, right? You might have the gravity cancel it. He swaps over to the chakrams now. He's like, yeah, I think this might be easier. Goes for the recovery of his own, and that's going to be game 1 going to Wess. Ventranquilo not quite able to fight back after Wess was able to get that swing, especially with that Chakram neutral sig on that second stock. That really gave him the lead, that one that we just saw there.
It started out in Ventranquilo's favor for sure. He came out absolutely swinging on the Chakrams. We saw him taking Wess all the way up to the ceiling time and time again. But Wess, you know, having a little more experience, being able to settle things down, pulled that game together, and was able to go ahead and secure the dub. He is 2 away from sending his 2v2 teammate down to the depths.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, even with the colors that they're rocking, it's like polar opposites, right? We got the white versus the black, you know what I'm saying? They're really saying, you know, it's like a Sora fighting his Heartless, what is it, Roxas or whatever? I guess that's just nobody, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, hopping in here into game 2, we're on a Mishima Dojo. Which is interesting, right? We haven't seen triplats, I think, with chakrams yet today. But if anything, I feel like it's just going to make it a little bit even more ridiculous, because you could start from the base platform, start laddering someone to the side platform, then the top platform, then carry them off the top, right? And so that's going to be pretty interesting to see here. But Wess swapping over to chakrams of his own. We're going to see how he's able to kind of put some pressure on the Ventranquilo. But it's a pretty close game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job being able to put that neutral sig and get it up over the stage to guard that, but still knowing where it's going to pull you, and it made sure it pulled him.
Oh, the turnaround. Oh,
wait.
That's the scary part,
right? Let me
right?
yapping here for a second. Is Vim 10 Kilo doing some work here?
Get caught by a down air at the top KO box, and then now they're threatening you with their own recovery. Oh, man, yeah, it's terrifying to fight this weapon as the weapon because the reversal potential is so high.
Oh, Wess going to go ahead and take him up. Going to be the first to strike. And but he is sitting in orange, little barbecue sauce flavor over there. Oh, now he's red though. There it is. No, Sarah isn't gonna finish it. Gonna go down for another one. It is. Wess doesn't have any options to get back over. Vim 10 Kilo gonna go ahead and tie the stocks up as he's trying to tie the setup and take this game against Wess.
All right, let's see. Vim 10 Kilo, huge string to open, gets so much damage, exhausted recovery as well. Going to add to that damage buildup. And Wess just looking for a weapon, camping around the platforms. There's the spawn. Has to split it at some point. No, he's keeping it fused. Oh, he comes in with the D-Light as his way to break the mold to fuse them, getting the hitbox as well. And then now able to fight with these two blades out here. Gets the Nair. He's going to go extend these juggles. And then Vim 10 Kilo's going to go ahead and do it right back. And they're going to keep playing this game, right? It looks a little silly. I'm not going to lie, right? It looks a little silly, but it's very volatile. It's the only way I can explain it, you know?
I mean, it's just these back and forth, these little chip shots over and over and over again until somebody's able to pull away, get the read, whatever it may be.
It's a tug of war.
It really is. As Vim 10 Kilo has a very nice lead. He's extended it a little bit throughout this game. Oh, Wess trying to find his way up, missing off the Sair. Vim 10 Kilo going back the other way. Wess is going to go ahead and toss that sword out of here, looking for the weapon drop. Vim does not starve him. And now we are Chakram versus Chakram. Vim with a full stock advantage as he recovers back up on stage and keeps.
Well, that was still active.
Catches.
Oh, and you can see Wess trying to answer back, but Vim 10 Kilo with no options throws out a down air, the Hail Mary as a defensive option on the way back, and it's extremely potent. And so just like that, we're back in the mix here. Wess down an entire stock, trying to get something here, goes for a down stick. It's not going to work, but he needs a hard-hitting move right now because Vim 10 Kilo is making things too close, tries to punish his recovery with recovery of his own, but the drift is too much. They can't hit each other. They are spinning around. These are two twirling dancers for sure.
Yep, live it up to the lore of their legend. Oh, Wess being very careful. The down sig. Vim 10 Kilo gets through it. That's going to wait.
That's not enough.
That's not enough.
Few solid Prius left, but it's not enough. Oh, and the down, or rather the ground pound.
Yeah, we got
going to be enough there.
We got a set as they are all tied up. Vim 10 Kilo looking very, very clean in that game. Wess over there keeping the hands warm.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. Honestly, that was ridiculous. That was, yeah. I think as far as like Brawlhalla gameplay goes, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that before in singles, you know? And not even in a bad way. I think that's just the most different I've ever seen the flow of a singles match go, even for a mirror match, right? I think Greatsword can look similarly weird in that way when you just watch two weapons carry each other left to right for 10 minutes, right? But like now it's like Chakrams are doing the same thing, but instead of it being left to right, they're doing it from bottom to top, right?
Yeah, it's vertical, absolutely. And Vim going, oh wait,
the turnaround.
So it looked like Vim was going to have the advantage going up there. Wess is able to sneak in one attack, and the whole tide changes. Now this is actually very interesting watching Chakram versus Chakram.
Yeah, because I think what it comes down to is like you have to be able to kind of know your frame advantage at different damage ranges, and I think the weapon's too new for anyone to know whether or not they're an advantage every time they get a hit, right?
Fair.
And so like there's going to be a lot of these scenarios where these reversals happen because the other person thinks they're more an advantage than they are, and they're able to get turned around on.
Oh, big whiff off the down sig. Vim with the back-to-back Sair, looking for another one. Oh, the dare whiffs.
Wow, great spacing from Wess.
Oh, absolutely. Really. Wess is in trouble. Oh, what an unarmed dare. But Vim 10 Kilo heading right back off the fuse of Chakram. And Wess is going to go ahead and get it, and he has carved him out a little, very teeny tiny lead at the beginning of this game.
Oh, beautiful dodge from Wess. Tries to get more, only gets a two-piece, that's fine. The falling recovery is going to catch, and then the side light bringing them back in. You do get that guaranteed end light afterward as well. In case you are not familiar with the weapon, that is one of the true combos that it has. Honestly, it has quite a few true combos, honestly. But, oh. Okay, nice weapon throw from Wess to get out disadvantage there, but gets put immediately right back in the same spot, this time without a weapon. Chakram pulls up, he's going to split it with the down light, gets punished for it, actually. But We'll see. I mean, Vem kind of looking like he has the upper hand here for a little bit, but
Vem's playing very well, actually.
Extremely volatile still.
Oh, whiffs on the neutral sig. Wess is going to get a little punish on it. Vem hiding.
Oh, he goes for a turnaround, reverse end sig. I like it.
It's worked a couple times for him and just wasn't able to pick it up there.
And you can see just like how much it feels like, you know, you got to be incredibly well with your micro spacing when you're kind of spacing around this weapon because you don't want to get reversaled. Vem, yet again, though, pulling ahead. Wess having a really tough time stopping him. And I think ultimately what it comes down to is that unlike any other weapon in the game, I think it's really easy to put yourself in advantage state with this weapon and then get at least 2 to 3 hits immediately afterward, right? And for a lot of other weapons, getting 2 to 3 hits immediately after you hit someone usually is a lot harder to do, you know? But with Chakrams, they really, that was the fuse down air, and it hits so hard.
Why did Wess go back down there?
The fuse down air hits so hard, dude. Like so hard. Which, like, that's the point of it, you know? Yeah. But also, like, you know, I think for a lot of people, they're used to, like, ground pounds kind of having that level of juice. But fuse Chakram?
Yeah, the dare be daring for sure.
It'd be daring.
It'd be daring. Oh man! All right, Wess. Wess is now on his winner's side game. He has got to get a game against his teammate here to tie this up. Force the game number 5. We're going to Demon Island. Here we go.
Okay, let's see if we can do it. I mean, something I'm noticing is that, you know, all the Priya players today, I don't quite remember for Sandstorm, but I'm sure it was the same. They all go into the strength stance.
Yep.
And that just makes sense, right? You get so many hits with the weapon that it just makes sense to go into strength because it means you're doing that much more damage cumulatively over time, right? So it's like,
Them caught that neutral sig. I don't know. I feel it in my bones that we're going to game number 5.
I would love to see it, man.
I feel it in my bones that Wess is going to go ahead and push this out. Vim trying to get back up on stage, and he does. Wess goes over the top of his head with the signature. Vim there to go ahead and get the reversal, get a little damage on it. Ooh, that clashed. What? Oh, that could have been bad for both of them, Flambeau.
Yeah, no, I mean, because this is one of the tough parts, too, about Chakram, right? We're talking about how amazing it is at juggling. But unlike some of the other weapons in the game, when someone is like hanging on the ledge, it doesn't have like a super great potent option to threaten the corner with, right? You have to jump off with something or you have to read when the opponent's coming up. Meanwhile, Scythe is going to go ahead and throw out a down light. Sword's going to put an end light. Axe will put an end light, right? So like Chakram does suffer a little bit in that situation, but outside of that, I mean, incredibly potent weapon.
Sure, Wess opted. No, he is going to go back to the Chakram. Vim fighting unarmed, and who's going to get this first stock?
Oh, corner spike off of the bottom lip of Demon Island there. Wess was almost in an advantageous situation, but I love the retaliation from Vim. Now, it's just a matter of how long does it take you to get this stock, Wess?
Yeah, Vim Tequilo definitely wanting all of the extra credit he can get. Wess's signature just not being quite far enough.
He's mashing the sig button now.
I know he is. He's trying to catch. He wanted that knockout. He wanted to tie things up before it got too far out of control.
And now it's like, can you starve Vem here? If you're able, which looks like the answer might not be so. Yeah, Vem's gonna be able to pick up a sword though. So this is a big chance for Wess to go ahead and get an extension. Ooh. And look at this huge damage. Gonna go ahead and keep chasing. Vem needs a Chakram now. He's realizing with the sword he's not gonna be able to do it. There's a Chakram and now he's able to fight the game. He's been wanting to play this entire time and the damage is even. Wess got what he needed from that exchange.
Yeah, and Vim did a really good job not letting Wess take it too far.
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to bring that little bit of the damage back, but Vim put the brakes on it very, very quickly. Recognizing the fact that Sword wasn't going to get it done, swapping over the Chakrams, going right back to the offensive.
Okay, let's see here, Wess. Okay, picks up another Chakram, gets the Ensig as well. Needs to split it, there it is. Tries to go for a dash jump down there to go ahead and pull up Vem, but isn't able to get it. Gets a bit of a punish with that end light into the Ensig there, or Nair, I believe. End light still, I guess. But
Vim,
wow,
okay.
How did he not get chopped there, bro? I saw her body through the swings of the sword.
All right. Wess is actually okay.
He's hanging on.
I don't want to curse anything. I don't want to, I don't want to be like, oh, Wess might have it here.
Yeesh.
Oh, I said it anyway. Dang it.
All right. Well, I mean, he might. I mean, look at this, right? I mean, staying with the sword here, going to get caught by the exhausted recovery, it looked like. But there we go, doing all right, trying to hang with Vem. And honestly, I respect him sitting on the sword for as long as he did. Kind of a similar situation like we saw in that Money-Hala set before, right? Where it's like, you know you have a Chakram queued up, and you don't want to risk having to sit on the sword onto your next stock. But, I mean, the fact that this weapon combos you north like that does mean that weapon starving can be a little bit more potent, because if you're able to find that opening, you're able to force them all the way to the top. You get down to the bottom first, and you're able to go ahead and grab the weapon before the other person has a chance to.
Oh, Vim, I thought he was going to go for the D-Sig there, but Wess was throwing it out instead.
Down air?
I think we're going to game 5, Flambeau.
I think we just might. Oh, gets interrupted by the recovery. It's so fast. That might not be enough. Yeah, going to need a little bit more juice here. And he's staying fused here, not going to go ahead or split, and yeah, just throws out the down sig. And that's going to be game number 5 coming up. Wess doing about roughly 100 more damage than Vem Kilo in that game 4.
I didn't realize how evenly matched these two players were. Like, they are just toe-to-toe, back and forth. No, this has been a lot of fun. This is a good set. We're going to get into game number 5. These gentlemen are not wasting any time. Very interesting maps up there, too. We got Western Air, Dojo, and Small Terminus. 2
triplats and Western Air, right? And
we're going to Western Air.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, maybe didn't want to go back to triplats again, right? Because in the end there, like, I think Wess does end up being the one who gets to decide ultimately where they go. But we'll see how this pans out, right? You don't have that kind of like circular platform rotation, and so that means that like they'll still be able to get extensions towards the top. Oh, but how high can you get up there? Okay, cool. I was wondering. But they still do have a lot of potency and carrying people toward the top KO box, and so definitely going to be trying to do that. But also, I'm sure we'll be trying to get their reversals with the down airs as well. And so we're looking at Wess, hold center here. The damage is fairly even. First opening kind of might determine everything here. I mean, we get a nair, but Wess isn't able to get much more off of it. But you're able to retreat to the platform at least, which is kind of nice. But I don't know how much of a difference it'll make.
They're both playing so cautious this first 40 seconds of this game. Okay, Wess has the advantage state over here on the side. Vem Kilo missing the recovery. I just like saying his name.
Yeah, it's fun,
It just rolls off the tongue. It's so great. Wess, okay.
Tries to go for a kind of a reset with the down air there. That's not going to work. Gets scooped in, and a nice read as well from Vem. Yeah.
That's a good lead, too. That's a really good lead for Vem Kilo.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for Wess to come back from, I think. Nice little pot shot there, but you're going to need a little bit more in the orange. And he's going to try to tough it out with the sword, and it's working so far. I mean, you're getting good damage. D-Light recovery is not going to KO quite yet because of how high the KO box is. So if we get a D-Light, we might go for the D-Light side air. Goes for the N-Light instead and gets a punish on the immediate dodge out of hit stun from Vem Kilo. Wess actually able to bring this game back without getting touched at all, unscathed.
No, that's so clean. This is going to come down to the last couple interactions on the last stock, I do feel. Okay, Vem going to go ahead and split him as he slides off of the soft plat.
Okay, trying to get the recovery here as well. And a lot of the defense here you're noticing is in the drift of these players kind of when they're floating back down to the ground, right? It's one of the best things you have at your disposal to try and get away from this weapon, which admittedly does have a lot of drift built into the kit. But
yeah, I mean, they definitely tuned it down after the patch. I mean, it was almost hard to line yourself up. It was weird. But now it's a little more controlled in the air. Oh, Vem coming down with that dare. Missed Wess taking out the stage. Vem with the reversal off of the Sair.
Okay, just holds forward and says, you know, I'm a dodge, and then dodge through and hope you don't cover it. As you can see, he was getting a little bit antsy there. Can he get back down to the ground? That's not going to be a punish. Oh, and has to fight yet again. And waiting for the weapon here. Gets a punish with the unarmed recovery. Oh, nice. Weaves through, picks up a weapon, and is going to be able to hang on as well. So he gets to play it out with the sword a little bit. It's actually great for Wess.
Yeah, if he can.
Oh, he gets the dodge as well. You get a ground pound this. Oh, he doesn't line it up. He's too antsy. But the N6 to catch the stage, and he gets bounced into it as well, so he doesn't end up losing the stock. So this actually works out for Wess. Vem Kilo getting punished still. Even though Wess could have confirmed the knockout there before, still having another chance to play the stock is the second best thing he could have asked for. But Vem is able to close out that stock.
If he would have waited just a couple more frames on that ground pound, bro, that stock would have been gone.
He got too antsy. Oh, and it dropped.
No.
The N6 dropped. Wess definitely feeling like, are you kidding me? Gonna have to fish a little bit harder here. Gets the side air as a punish, but it's not gonna be enough, especially the split version is not gonna have enough knockback. But the down sig is so perfectly timed, waiting for that wall slip to really come into effect.
Completely tied up, fresh stocks, game 5.
Doesn't get closer than this.
No, does not get closer than this.
Oh, and Wess with a huge advantage here. Vem gets the perfect weapon spawn to go ahead and pick up a pair of chakrams himself. You got to be careful here. You don't want to lose your stock off the top, and you can feel their blood pressure rise every time they're in a situation like this one. Is it going to be enough off the top? No, they're really going for it, but they're all coming back to the ground here. Damage leads slightly in favor of Wess, but only slightly.
Very slightly. It doesn't matter when you're talking about this weapon.
Vem's not going to have a chakram soon. I think the durability is going to be pretty hurt.
Still didn't drop. Wess, oh my goodness, he misses on the down sig.
Yeah, I think like 1 or 2 more good hits from Wess, and Vem Tranquilo won't have chakrams anymore. But the same might be the same for Wess. It's almost enough.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's brought it back, Flambeau.
I think the first person who gets unarmed here probably loses the set.
I know, he's brought it back. Wait a second.
Oh, is that going to be enough? And this is opposing man. Are you going to go for a down sig? Reed goes for a down air instead. Wess is fighting for his absolute life. Vem tried to end the stock there. It's going to be too hard to punish. Wess understands it. Down sig galore. They just want the set to be over, but it's going to be Vem Tranquilo with a massive pop-off to go ahead and secure that game 5. Wess fighting for his life, but it wasn't enough, and the teammates have to hug each other, even though they know they're both pissed at each other right now.
I got aggressive.
That pop-off, I mean, they're sitting there spamming down sigs in the middle of Western Air Temple, you know?
Oh, man, I know.